You like to eat out of the gas.
Yeah. It's like eating sushi at a gas station. Might be wrong.
That's nasty. And I don't even,
What doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
aren't you glad to be back from the island?
Yeah, we planned on coming home Tuesday, and I saw all that. Looked like there was some snow cones. So we got on Monday.
Yeah, we texted me at 70, yeah, it's freezing up here.
We had really nice weather the first 3 days. Thanksgiving was in the 50s.
Did you grill a turkey?
No, we went out to eat. That was
See where Judge Klein shot down that plea deal up there, that murder,
No.
that woman that drowned her.
What's her name?
Medina.
Yeah.
We went to we went to John Williams first, and we all went up on Monday and stayed there till Friday.
Plea, guilty, but incompetent or insane, whatever. But it was drugs.
Right.
It
Voluntary.
was about 70
Voluntary
every day,
intoxication.
except for Thanksgiving, and it cooled off to like 55 or something.
It's a cold-hearted lady there, boy. Drowned your kids.
Well, I hold her underwater, so.
Yeah, right till she almost passes out, then bring her up, put her back again.
About 2 hours of that.
Yes, she said they were gonna have, but just 2 or 3 of us eat. That's all it is.
We need that much too.
I know it. We can be in 2 places.
We can certainly have it.
Probably gonna make this meeting and still make that one.
You got 1 minute.
Planning meeting.
Can you give me a 10, 8, 7?
Like on TV.
No, it's next week, 11.
We start exactly at 9.
I get it. We try to do that too.
We gotta do that, don't we? It's always birthday. Always birthday.
Queen Laura will have the pledge of allegiance. John, would you pray for us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come this morning, we just pray thy blessing on this meeting and follow the decisions upon our people during this time. We just pray that you continue to bless and keep us always. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Welcome everyone here, and you have a sign-up sheet.
I've got everybody signed
Right. And you said Christina's not here, correct?
Christina is unable to be with us, and she sends her address.
I'm on?
You are.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me be here with you today on this very cold morning. So I'll tell you a little bit about our organization first, and then I'll talk about Bike Camp and our proposal. So Team Peace, how many of you have heard of Team Peace? A couple of you? Okay, so I started this organization in 2019 because I was invited into a classroom to help kids work with their emotions and learning how to self-regulate. So regulate their nervous systems and their emotions, because teachers were finding there were a lot of behaviors they were seeing, right? And a lot of changes in their ability to manage the classroom. And they wanted to give kids more tools and more exposure to understanding their emotions. So that started us off in 2019. We have now grown into a full-blown nonprofit. We are in 7 schools. We're in all 3 schools in Orange County. In Orleans, we see kids weekly, grades K through 8. And then in other schools, it's K through 5 or 6. We're also in 3 Crawford County schools, and we're in 1 school in Mitchell. So our organization has grown very quickly, especially over the last couple of years. And 2 years ago, so next year will be our third year, we started kids camps. We wanted to offer summer programming and some kind of creative and innovative ways that kids could have fun activities to do that, but that would also help them to continue the skills they're learning in schools. So the last 2 years, we've done 3 camps: an art camp, a girls' confidence and leadership camp, and for 2 years, we've done what's called Minds in Motion. But this next year, what we'd like to do is change that Minds in Motion camp into a bike camp. I've been biking since I was a little kid. My parents used to take me with our church. We would bike from Paoli, where we lived, to Spring Mill on a regular basis. So I've grown up biking these hills and these roads. And then several years ago, after moving back here, I started biking with a group, and we bike regularly around Orleans and Mitchell, because your roads are awesome for biking compared to Paoli. So I wanted to put together my passion for working with kids and helping kids build skills that I think are absolutely imperative for them being able to learn and thrive, not only as kids, but into their adult years. And I wanted to pair that with one of my other loves, which is cycling. And so what you have in front of you, besides the brochure that kind of gives a little more information about our organization, is just a little bit of why I think that bike camp is important, or camps like this. We will, I don't know if you've heard, I'm assuming most of you have heard of ACEs, Adverse Childhood Experiences. Since the ACEs study, which was done back in the 90s, has come to light and has kind of shown how trauma and childhood adversity can negatively affect our health, not just our mental health, but our physical health. Kind of one of the antidotes to that is positive childhood experiences. So we are very rooted in thinking about what are positive childhood experiences that are fun, but are also really teaching kids skills that they can use for the rest of their lives to help support their mental health. So kind of our vision right at the beginning talks a little bit about that. This is about physical health and being outdoors, but it's also about relationship building and helping kids feel included and like they belong and building their confidence. Also teaching them self-regulation tools, which include mindfulness and a lot of other things that we use. We feel like we're helping to build leadership skills. And this is a great way for kids to take new risks that are healthy and build that sense of resilience. We're going to do safety techniques, just talking about the etiquette of how you ride in a public place, right? Whether it's on a trail or a road. A little bit about how you can, like, basic maintenance of a bike, and just how to basically use a bike. Some kids will know how to do that, but there's a lot, there's a lot more to it than maybe sometimes kids and even adults realize. So I'm not going to go through every single point. You can kind of see some of our main points. This is about family and community engagement. We're going to have, we want to have a learn to ride workshop because we know that there are some kids who won't know how to ride bike, and so we want to give them the opportunity to learn, and then they can be a part of the bike camp. We also want to do a summer bike challenge where we have a way that they track their miles, and then there will be prizes, and I envision having some sort of like community bike parade at the end of summer. I've already talked to Mr. Ellis at Orleans Schools just about getting his support, and then hopefully being able to use, and he's agreed to this, one of the school parking lots if we need kind of a staging area or a place where we can teach people how to ride bike in a safe, big place. Hoping to, is it Jim or John? Jim, that's what I thought. Jim and I started to have a phone conversation, but it hasn't fully, we haven't fully talked about everything, but I would love help from Orleans Police Department, maybe even coming and talking to kids about some safety, road safety sorts of things and things they need to be thinking of from the police's perspective and the public's perspective. I've talked to Sadie at Radius, and they've agreed to kind of reserve the Monon Trail, the trailhead for parts of that week, just not that nobody else can use it, but just that we might need some tables set up and we might have some speakers and some little workshops there that are for the kids, but also in the evenings for families and parents to come learn more if they like. And then we also want to work with local businesses, maybe Hometown Scoops or others that could help to create some sponsorship. We always provide snacks for kids during the bike camp time. So the dates we're looking at are June 22 through 26th of 2026, and we're looking at doing more of a morning camp before it gets too hot. So probably starting around 8:30 and going no later than noon. We're looking at ages 7 to 13 as our target, but we are also hoping that we can get some teens involved with kind of being mentors or counselors to some of the younger kids. There will be lots of adults involved to make sure we have, usually it's about 5 or 6 kids to 1 adult that we aim to have in terms of adult representation. So we hope to have 50 kids. We'll see. In our camps, in the past, we've had anywhere from 20 to 30 or 40. We had some camps that were closer to 40 last year, but we're hoping for at least 50. And we've already secured money from the Orleans Tri-Kappa to help us with buying bike helmets. So they're committing to buying 30 bike helmets. So bike helmets will be an absolute must, and we'll make sure they're free. We want to have some bikes available if kids don't have bikes, either for free or low cost that they can keep. So we're working on that too. We've gotten about 10 bikes donated at this point. So that's kind of where we are. And so I'm here to kind of find out what your questions are, if you have any concerns, how, like, for your blessing, and if there's any way that, the town council or others that you think of from the town of Orleans may want to be involved. We'd love to partner with anyone who's interested. So, yeah.
Sounds like a really good thing, by the way.
Thank you.
And when you said about the bikes, I was wondering about kids that don't have bikes,
Yeah.
so.
We'll make sure everybody has a bike. Yeah, we are committed to that.
Great.
I got a couple
Yeah.
thoughts if you've got just a minute, but I think it's a great idea. I think there's a national organization that will provide funding for this.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I looked online to kind of see that, and there are organizations that do that. So I don't remember it. I have to
Okay.
Google it again, but I know bike camp is a big thing. So we might want to look at getting some national monies available. The other thing that I thought about is how can we incorporate this into perhaps a First Chance Center? Some of their clients, their younger clients, might want to learn to ride a bike. That would be a question for Brian Self, but I think it would be worth looking at in terms of expanding to, people that need it.
Yeah.
More so than that. I've already got a couple of volunteers that will help you, adult volunteers, that will be mentors for you.
That's amazing. When you talked about First Chance Center, it makes me, so Sally Stroud is a good friend of mine, and she started Paoli Pals, which is kind of a softball for people with some disabilities or challenges, and it's expanded into all ages. And so I'm wondering if maybe that just made me think I should contact her too and see if we can maybe make that
But if Mr. Ellis is gonna let you use the parking.
Yeah,
That would be an ideal place for for that client base.
And also what they're called, Trailhead, that's
Yeah,
a, that's a
Yeah.
wonderful place to start. I don't guess there's any chance that, the trail's gonna be done between here and Mitchell by then.
that would be
Thanks,
amazing.
so,
I do
Sure,
have a
that would be
goal.
wonderful, wouldn't it?
It would be amazing. I do have a goal to those, I mean, of course, we would have, the trucks to go with us in case somebody couldn't make it, but I do want our final bike ride to be, see if we can get to Spring Mill. So, and have a picnic and so,
The event being held here, it still involves all these other schools that's listed.
last year at our camps, we had representation from Crawford County. And so all these people came to Paoli for our camps. We had kids from Valley, Paoli, Orleans, and Crawford. So we make sure we mark it widely to make sure we're inviting kids from all over. And now that we have some connection at Mitchell Schools, I'm hoping to see some of that too.
so what, other than us just partnering and helping be the host for the camp, what else would you need from us? Is there anything else specific, an involvement with the police department?
I mean, Jim and I should have a, separate conversation. I would just love to talk about, once we have our schedule figured out, like where it might be helpful to have maybe police involvement.
And I
I
can
don't
have an
want to,
officer dedicated to teaching a quick little class on safety and what people don't understand. There's a lot of state statutes that involve bicycles that people have no idea even exist as a state law,
yeah,
that he could educate some of the kids on that and explain to them safety issues and stuff like that.
that
So,
would be amazing. And then if I would imagine, most of the time, we're not going to need an escort or anything or like a police to be there to like close off streets. I feel like we'll have enough adults who understand bike safety to make sure. But like, if there was the opportunity, and I don't want to take from your police force for something that, you don't feel like you have the time or energy for, but it might be cool, like if we do have that kind of community bike parade or a little bigger event to have a police escort or even police on bikes with us.
yeah, we can make that happen, no problem.
Yeah.
What
So-
about America 250?
Well, we might be able,
on
yeah,
July
we might
4th.
be able, that kind of goes right before the 4th, so
Mhm.
we might be able to incorporate
Oh, that
that
would
into
be
some of our
fun.
America 250
We could do a
activities.
little bike parade
Yeah,
then
yeah,
and all
we'd love
dress in
to.
red, white, and blue,
Love to make
Yeah.
that
flags and,
That'd be fun.
yeah, okay. That would be cool. So that's on July 4th? Okay.
But that leading up, to that event, that would be, certainly it's easy to incorporate that into your camp. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome.
I think speaking for us, we're very supportive of this. And if you have anything in particular that you would need, that we might be able to help with, I'm sure we would do the best we can.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, if anything comes up, I will definitely let you know. And Randy, I would love to, email or have a phone call at some point just to talk a little more in detail. That would be great.
I'll get back on Google and see what that is.
Okay, all right,
But I looked at it and I thought, wow,
yeah,
because that was something we had often talked about ourselves, about using the trailhead to bike things. So just a good fit.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited for the trail. When the Mitchell part might be
Well, they're
done.
trying to secure the funding, and
Yeah.
that's the big piece is getting the funding. But the goal is to get that completed and link Orleans and Mitchell up at sometime in the future.
is that on the priority part or do you know?
It is a priority, yes. So
I think it should be.
It
They
is.
didn't ask me, but
It is. It is, Mr. President. It is a priority. Well, Karen, we
Yeah.
help in any way we can.
Well, thank you.
We're excited about it. You're welcome to stay, but you won't hurt our feelings if you leave,
Okay,
okay?
I think I've got a lot to do today. so-
thank you very much for coming.
Thank you,
It
Karen.
sounds like a great idea.
Thanks for your time.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, you're not just here to listen to us, so.
So Thursday, at the Thursday meeting, I brought up something about maybe trying to change our stipend. I know I talked to Robert yesterday, and he said he did allocate some extra money to put a raise on the stipend.
Mhm.
What I would like to do, if we can, and this is just throwing it out there as an option, our current stipend is at $15.50 per run. I would like to bump that to 20. And then the meetings and the trainings, I would like to just combine those. We do those together anyway, and we do 2 of those a month. And I would like to make those 20 also, if we can. At the end of the year, we give everybody a travel allowance. It's 125. It's been there for, I don't know, it's been there for a while. If we could, I'd like to up that too. If we can. I'm looking at trying to figure out a way to, without going to an hourly wage, because we can't do that this year, I know, but I would love to look at something like that for next year. But something a little bit more to offer people when they come in, because it's getting harder and harder to find volunteers like we talked Thursday night.
So what is the force now?
What's that?
How many's on the department now?
Right now, we've got 8,
8?
but we're probably going to lose one more. We are. Okay, so we're losing one more.
So you're down to 7.
Yeah, he's working full-time at Bedford. His daughter's got Rett syndrome, and he is just covered up busy
Sure.
with doctor's appointments and stuff,
I
so
understand.
he's stepping away too. So
And you don't have any applications this time?
we don't. We're hoping to get into the high school and do an event at the high school to try to pull some teenagers in.
Mhm.
We have always done a cadet program. We've never really had anybody interested in it, but we're gonna hammer the high school after the first of the year and try to get some people. I mean, that's, like I said last Thursday, that's the future of the department anyway, so we've got to start getting guys in here.
And
So
I think we talked about, do they have to be 18 to do
the
this?
cadet program is 16,
Okay.
but in order to get their fire certs and do anything on a fire ground, they have to be 18.
18, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other thing I'd like to discuss, and I'm gonna let Corbin kind of take over on this. He did a soft quote on the rescue, the GMC.
Mhm.
So I'll let him talk about that because he's the one that's talking to him.
So as far as the rescue out there, that's right now absolutely no use for us. I got a quote, or I'm sorry, an appraisal this morning from a company called Garage. They're a fire truck sales company, and they gave a 2-stage quote. One is you want to get it out the door and sell it. That'd be a 60,000 is what they quoted that, and then more of a long-term or longer period of them, searching for people to buy it was just a little over 100,000 for that. That truck is absolutely useless to us right now. We tried to find a place to get it deleted. We talked about that.
Yeah.
One, that's going to hurt. One, we couldn't find anybody to do it. 2, that's going to hurt us with selling it because other departments wouldn't be able to necessarily purchase it with that knowledge.
Okay. So that's one we've been talking about for quite some time.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right.
And currently it's sitting over there. We have to jump it all the time. It won't, I mean, you can go over there every 3 days and start it and then it don't like it.
Didn't we try to sell this one other time?
We did.
We put it on Gov Deals, yeah.
Yeah. And we had one quote and then
Because of, what is it?
One forward
Right,
drive.
forward
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah. Okay. So they would pay 60,000 for it now.
Well,
So their appraisal on it, they would sell it for us. So they're whatever the terminology for that was. So they would do the posting, and the sales and all that for us, and then they would find a buyer outside. So they don't actually buy the truck.
Okay.
The Celestine Fire down in DuBois County, they just used them. Their truck was on it for less than a month, and they're headed out the door.
What do they charge, you know?
I don't know. Actually, right when we were sitting in here, they just called me to try to talk some more. So I did that this morning right before the meeting. So they're on it, pretty on top of it this morning. So
So if they did sell it for 60, they would deduct their commission from what we.
I'm assuming.
I would assume so.
It's the
Yeah.
Same way Gov Deals work.
Yeah. I don't have a hard answer on that one yet, John. I got to talk to them more on that.
I don't think we're losing anything by
We
not.
offered it for 55 or something, didn't we?
Yeah. I think we should let them try to sell it for us.
Well, you want to get some more details, you say, or?
Yeah, I'll get some more detail. Like I said, he called me this morning when we were sitting in the meeting, so,
You know, if he's gonna take 50% of that,
Why don't you let Corbin?
why don't we find out what
Yeah.
that percentage is?
I would assume that's
Oh, yeah, that's really.
probably 5 to 10%. I don't know that.
Good idea.
Let Corbin get the information, get it to me so I can share it with you.
And this isn't any of my deal, but I don't, if you can do both, after the first year, I'm probably on a handful of stuff going on with gov deals if you want to try to gov deal it.
okay.
Okay. Well, let's do some more.
Okay.
Obviously, it sounds like we really need to be done with this piece of equipment.
Yeah. It's just stop doing something good.
Yeah,
Just,
so let's pursue that, see, find out more about it. And
Okay.
and like I say, Daniel, if we don't, well, Daniel will do some stuff, you say after first year. So. Okay.
Now, a question with that. And I don't know on this company how exactly they work, but if a trade for a different vehicle was to come up with them, are we open to any idea like that? Because I mean, it's a vehicle that we need to replace.
Uh-huh. Or is it a fire truck or what is it?
So it's considered a light rescue.
Okay.
It's a wet light rescue. So it has water, it has a pump.
Okay.
It's not classified as a pumper. It's too small of a tank and too small of a pump.
Okay.
So, but it's considered a rescue because the roller doors and the space on it.
Okay.
So-
So, and we would want to replace it with something similar.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it won't hurt to seek all those avenues.
Okay.
So,
Well, I will do a lot more digging and
right.
let Robert know what I find out.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right. And you're welcome to stay and listen to us too. You're welcome. Okay. I saw we got the community crossing grant. So what do we need to do now?
So we've advertised for bids, and we expect to have a bid opening at our December meeting. Daniel and I both don't think that's a good time to do that, just because the timing is the time of the year, but that's what USI has set up. So we've advertised for 3 bids to be received on the 18th of December at 5 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Winter prep. Looks like that jumped right up on you, didn't it?
Well, I didn't read it that close, but is it, we have the right to reject all bids, you know?
Yes.
And then if we did, how long would we have to redo it?
I think we've still got quite a bit of time before we can turn it around.
So, okay. Daniel, you got everything ready for winter? Evidently.
It isn't ready by now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Planning administrator and Millie.
I didn't know you wanted to interview this young man that.
Do we have any other?
No, we've had somebody inquire about it, but no other applications. I didn't know if you wanted to at least meet this gentleman and talk to him a little bit. He has expressed an interest in it.
Okay. Sure.
Do you want me to set that up sometime where you could just talk to him and he could find out from you what your expectations are?
Yeah, let's do
We
that.
might talk about it before the
Sorry.
evaluation meeting too.
Do what now? I'm
We
sorry.
might talk more about it in the executive session.
Sure, yeah.
You want to talk about
Yeah,
that first?
okay, yeah. Let's, find out what's good for him and then we'll see, you know, obviously I'm available most times, so.
But we are continuing to seek applications.
Okay. All right.
And Daniel and I are continuing to serve at our rate of pay, the same rate of pay as in the interim period.
That's just one.
And John's assisting too in the building department.
Okay, we have any other business?
I don't have anything else, Mr. President. Oh, Jim, do you have anything?
I have nothing.
Yeah, no. Mr. Attorney, do you have any?
Just on the eggplant, talked to Brian Johnson after our last meeting. Our engineers needed more information on the truck plant. I mean, the truck wash output. Sent those questions to Brian, and Brian is waiting on his engineers to get a response. Also had a telephone conference with Eric Parsley and Jessica Condra regarding possible funding of that project through an EDA program. So it was just preliminary talks, but once Eric gets the truck wash output, we get some more numbers, we're getting closer there, but we're just kind of waiting on engineers and that kind of thing. So it's moving along, but we really need to get those numbers before Eric can put together the scenarios that we talked about at the meeting.
Okay.
That's all I have on that.
All right.
As far as the water goes, we tabled, we met on whatever the last Monday was, November. And we tabled that request we had in for the wholesale meter and so forth. They'd have to give us quite a bit of money, and the general manager is recommending that they not grant the MOU, but I'm not sure what's going to happen.
So it's a pretty good chance we're not gonna sell the water, it sounds like.
Well, yeah, I got some other details that I need to relate to you.
Okay. All right. Okay, is there anything else to come before the board?
I'd make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All right, then motion to adjourn, second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
The department heads, we may want Jim and Daniel to stay a little bit, but meet with each separate.
Who you want first?
So go first or last?